Hello everyone, this is Braden Richards, and today I'm going to be reconstructing my 9.33 world record mirror block single, as well as go over how I recognized each of the cases and hopefully give a little bit of insight into what I see when I do mirror blocks. So I'll put the Scramble on screen as well as in the description in case you want to follow along, but I'll also have the Scramble on a 3x3 as well as on a mirror blocks, so that way you can see what both look like. So just holding the Scrambles up side by side, you can already see here that this pair here on the 3x3 and this pair on the mirror blocks match up. So you could think of this pair almost as the red-blue pair if you think of this side as red and this side as blue. Looking at other sort of blocks, we also have this back here matching up with this here. And if I, for example, hold up this orange part, you can see that all of the orange pieces on 3x3 are the same level here. Same with the white and same with the yellow. See, that's the same height. So first up, I'll show you how I solved cross. And when I was inspecting, which I'll show you on the 3x3 first and foremost, I could already tell that it was a very easy scramble just based on, one, I did see this, but I was more focused on preserving the F2L pair than I was making any sort of like X cross or anything. So what I knew I wanted to do was preserve this. So my first move was to move it out of the way, since you're going to be solving cross by moving this piece, or this side. From Scramble orientation, I held the cube at an x2, and then I did U prime, R, F, U, L to solve cross and preserve this pair. So on a mirror blocks, the way that I see this is I already see that this cross piece here is solved, and I know this is my cross side because this is the biggest piece facing the biggest side. You see as well that this cross piece is solved relative to the center, and this cross piece is here. So exact same way on 3x3, I noticed that if you solve this cross piece, it moves this to here, which you can solve with an F like that. And then you still have this free pair that you want to preserve. So U prime, R, F, U, L. Now it's a little awkward, but it does preserve this F2L pair. And on 3x3, I'll show you, all I did was just go right into U2 insert. So on here, same thing, U2, and then see the pair here, insert. Now here, I kind of did a bit of a weird F2L solution, and my way of justifying it is I almost defaulted to my old F2L order where I solved the biggest F2L pair first. But I was just tracking these two pieces even though I knew this was solved. So I went right into this pair. Now on a 3x3, this is the pair that I'm talking about here. So you can see they're not paired up in any way, but you could pair it up like this. What I chose to do instead is something a bit more inefficient, but it works a bit better for me on mirror blocks, is breaking the pair up like this and then inserting it in the back. Now that does require some rotations, but on mirror blocks, rotations are honestly not a huge deal for me because, and this is something I'll get into later, but I kind of have a home grip of sorts for last layer. So rotating is something I do pretty frequently. It might seem slower, but that's what I did. So again, just to show this pair here, U prime, take out the edge, and then rotate back, solve in the back like this. On a mirror blocks, this is how I recognize that, U prime, and then I saw these two. So I saw that this side correlates with the other side here, so I knew that it's not going to be just a simple pair up like this. So take out the pair, insert just like that. And I was tracking these two back here because this is the next biggest pair, so I defaulted to this. And on a 3x3, I'll show you what this looks like. So it's this red-green pair here. And in the solve, I did a U to see what the pair was, the U prime, and then rotated to solve it. So on here, U prime, and then this pair, you just do R, U2, R prime, insert like that. So then on a mirror blocks, just like this, here to here, and I see this is the flatter side and this is the flat side, so I know that these sides match. U2, R prime, insert. And while I was doing that pair, I was tracking this corner, and I already knew that the edge was solved because it's been solved since I did cross. So I already knew immediately what the F2L pair would be. And you can see on 3x3 here, same thing. It's just triple sexy in the back. I actually did finish with a U prime there because just out of habit, just kind of finishing the triple sexy, you'd already do that U prime, which set me up for this. And then on mirror blocks, you have the same thing. So triple sexy here, U, and then U prime. And then I was back here, and one thing I always do on mirror blocks when I get to last layer is I usually rotate so that the biggest side is on the front and the next biggest side is on the right. And that way I can do my RUF algs a lot more easily, easier to grip the bigger sides. And there's just a lot of different reasons why I have like a sort of last layer home grip or last layer direction that I hold it. But yeah, so I ended up rotating after I even had this solved. So I rotated so that this is here. So effectively on 3x3, it's like rotating for this OLL. I know. But so then this OLL is pretty simple. So if you don't already know it, it's just F inverse sexy move F prime. So I recognize that on a mirror just by seeing that this is all flush and there's only one oriented edge besides that. So you can also see the P pattern here of the solved edges, kind of like that. So yeah, F inverse F prime. And then from here, I'll be honest, when I saw it was an A perm, I got super nervous because almost every time I've gotten an A perm in a really good solve on mirror blocks, I've somehow managed to screw it up either by +2ing or dropping the cube or something like that. But I saw the A perm and I immediately knew which A perm it was because you can see on the top here, these headlights are flush here and these two are not. So we know that on here, these two are the same. This one is not. If it was the other A perm, it would look like this. You can see here, this is flush and these aren't. So that's how I recognize the A perm down here. Yeah, so recognize this, do the alg, U for done. So on here. And then for this final turn, I kind of did like an R, like a wide L2 U to finish off. So yeah, that is my 9:33 world record single on mirror blocks. I'll go ahead and reconstruct the whole thing start to finish one more time just to show you it. So again, from the scramble orientation, doing an X2, preserve this pair with a U prime, and then solve cross with RF, save this pair U, and then finish cross L. Go right into inserting this pair with a U2 insert, and then I'm tracking this pair here. So rotate, U, take out the edge. These are flipped, so U prime, insert in the back with a rotation. Then I know this pair is next, so rotate here, R, U2, R prime, paired up. U insert, and then I know that this is already solved back here, so I can go right into this F2L pair, and then rotate to home grip, U prime for the OLO, F inverse F prime, and then A perm, U done.